Today, we're going to discuss the Iran-Israel war and ask the question, is this the final showdown? Have things reached a point of no return? This is our channel. Let's get into the news. Iran's most elite unit, the Navy, is now entering the fray. Iranian submarines are now patrolling near the Strait of Hormuz, fully prepared for any attack. Dimona holds significant importance as the site of Israel's nuclear research center. While details of the attack are still emerging, this incident marks a concerning escalation in the conflict between Israel and Iran. It shows Israeli fighter jets flying over major cities in Iran, including Tehran, Isfahan. These cities are densely populated, each home to millions of civilians. They believe there is no chance of reconciliation or coexistence with Israel. In their view, this conflict will result in the complete elimination of one side, either Israel or Iran. Both sides are digging in their heels, unwilling to back down. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei has issued a chilling warning that this war will be without mercy. It's a grim message that underscores the severity of the situation. So the question remains, who will strike first? Will it be Iran or Israel? The world is on edge, waiting for this fateful moment. Stay tuned, because once hostilities begin, we will enter the most chaotic phase of this war. We'll continue bringing you updates. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to stay updated. And as always, thanks for watching. The video suggests that Israel is planning a large-scale air campaign targeting Iran's major cities, but there's more to it than meets the eye. The caption on the post explicitly states that the campaign aims to bring about a regime change in Iran, removing the current government and replacing it with a new leadership. And now brace yourself for this shocking threat. If Israel carries out this regime change, Iran warns that Israel itself could be targeted for destruction. That's right, Iran is threatening retaliation that could potentially wipe Israel off the map. The situation is heating up and the stakes are rising. It also indicates that Yemen has officially joined the war. Now, here's something that's both surprising and worrying. In the past, when conflicts flared up in the Middle East, many Arab nations stepped in, calling for peace and dialogue. But this time, it's different. Not a single Arab nation is calling for restraint. Even the influential countries like Egypt, Turkey, and Jordan are staying silent, giving Israel the green light to escalate further. Why are they silent now? Could it be because they benefit from the chaos? Or are they simply too afraid to speak up? The silence is deafening, and it raises questions about the true motivations of these countries. Meanwhile, the Strait of Hormuz blockade continues. Iran has shut down the waterway to commercial shipping, dealing a heavy blow to global oil supplies. Major powers like India, China, Japan, and South Korea are heavily reliant on oil from the Middle East, especially from Saudi Arabia and Iraq. Cutting off access to this vital resource through the Strait of Hormuz will significantly impact their economies. With the strait blocked, oil tankers can no longer pass through, leading to supply disruptions. This in turn causes shortages and price hikes, shaking the foundations of global markets. So far, Yemen has mainly supported Iran indirectly, launching occasional missile attacks in Saudi Arabia, a close ally of Israel. However, this attack on Dimona demonstrates a clear shift in their involvement. By targeting a strategic location like Dimona, Yemen is sending a strong message. They are no longer content with staying on the sidelines. If naval warfare begins, Yemen will fully engage, making the conflict even more chaotic and intense. North Korea enters the war. During a meeting with Turkish President Erdogan, Putin stated that several nuclear powers are ready to support Iran if it faces aggression. He emphasized that the use of force against Iran would have global consequences and called for restraint from all parties involved. Putin firmly believes that military actions against Iran would lead to catastrophic consequences and expressed his disapproval of such actions. He urged the international community to seek peaceful resolutions to the conflict and called for dialogue among the conflicting parties. The true extent of Russia's support remains uncertain, but Putin's statements indicate a willingness to provide backing if Iran comes under attack. This serves as a reminder of the complex web of alliances and interests at play in the region. Additionally, China has been closely monitoring the situation and called for restraint and peace. However, China has not explicitly stated whether it would come to Iran's aid if attacked. Instead, China has consistently called for peaceful means to resolve the conflict and has urged all parties to exercise restraint. Now, here's a shocking twist that no one saw coming. In a surprising turn of events, North Korea has entered the fray, supplying Iran with advanced weapons and even technology in exchange for cheap oil. According to the Times of Israel, this new alliance has caught the intelligence community off guard. Why is North Korea involved in this conflict? What's behind this sudden partnership? Well, it's all about the oil. North Korea desperately needs oil and is willing to pay a premium to acquire it. Obtaining this vital resource is a matter of national priority. Why is it so important for them? Because oil is crucial for their economic survival. It powers their industries, keeps their factories running, and helps sustain their military operations. Without a steady supply of oil, their economy grinds to a halt. And let's not forget about those ballistic missiles. North Korea has an arsenal of advanced ballistic missiles capable of reaching Israel. Some of these missiles are intercontinental ballistic missiles designed to travel across continents. Others are short and medium-range missiles that can strike targets within and around Israel. Iran is now at risk. If attacked by Israel, North Korea may retaliate against Israel by launching these missiles loaded with chemical agents. It would be a desperate move aimed at inflicting harm on Israel. What's even more concerning is the possibility of North Korean fighters getting involved. They might join the fight and deploy alongside Iran's ground forces, ready to engage in direct combat with Israel. Sends emergency weapons to Israel. In a significant move, the United States has approved the immediate delivery of $510 million in military aid to Israel. This emergency assistance package includes 7,000 precision-guided bombs. Despite repeated assurances that it would remain neutral in the conflict, America is now openly arming Israel, signaling its commitment to supporting Israel in the ongoing war. These precision-guided bombs are a clear indication of the U.S. intention to provide Israel with the capability to carry out large-scale attacks. They're designed to hit targets with greater accuracy, minimizing collateral damage and maximizing the impact on strategic objectives. As Israel receives these powerful tools, the international community is closely monitoring how they will be used and the possible consequences. The situation remains tense and unpredictable, leaving many wondering how the U.S. decision to arm Israel will shape the future of the conflict. If war breaks out, Iran is ready to strike not just from air and land, but also from the sea. Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei has given a green signal for the Revolutionary Guards Navy to defend the country and its oil shipments. They've been told to act with full force and not hold back. They have the permission to sink any ship that dares to interfere with Iran's interests. So far, Iran had limited their involvement to rocket attacks and drone strikes. But now things are changing. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps' Navy is taking an active role in the conflict. Their main task is to protect Iran's oil shipments. The Strait of Hormuz is crucial for oil sales, allowing Iran to earn money and fund the war effort. Any interference from external powers would be considered an act of aggression and could trigger a wider conflict. It's like a powder keg waiting to explode. If things escalate further, we could see a large-scale engagement between the Iranian and Israeli navies. Now, don't forget, Iran possesses a range of advanced weaponry, including torpedoes, cruise missiles, and suicide drones. They are not holding back. If attacked, they will strike back hard. The world is watching closely to see how this unfolds. Number one by one, all the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. Number 2, Israel's biggest weakness exposed. Amidst the ongoing tensions, Iran has made a shocking revelation, claiming to have discovered Israel's greatest vulnerability, which they aim to exploit. This vulnerability lies in Israel's air defense system. Iran believes that by overwhelming Israel's defenses, they can inflict heavy losses. As reported by the Times of Israel, Iranian officials have threatened to launch thousands of next-generation missiles daily, targeting various Israeli cities. The goal is to saturate Israel's air defense systems, overwhelming them with a massive barrage of missiles. This saturation strategy aims to bypass Israel's interception capabilities, penetrating deep into the country and causing significant damage. These new missiles are fast, accurate, and difficult to intercept, making them a serious threat to Israel's air defense systems. And here's where things take a dangerous turn. Russian media reports suggest that Iran is gearing up for what they call the final war with Israel. It's a comprehensive and large-scale conflict that could potentially wipe Israel off the map. It seems Iran is leaving nothing off the table and is preparing for an all-out assault on Israel. Yemen joins the fight. On Tuesday, September 19, 2023, Yemen carried out a missile strike on Dimona, a city located in southern Israel. No. 6. Russia and China's silent role. Number 7. Israel's regime change plan. Now let's talk about a controversial video that Israeli officials recently posted on X, formerly known as Twitter. No. 8. The Middle East goes silent. As we wrap up today's episode, it's important to emphasize that Iran has characterized this conflict as the final war.